It seems like we've heard over and over again from Bob Iger, maybe 6 times in the past year. We're really going to slow down producing Marvel content. We're going to focus on quality over quantity. Oh, sorry. I meant quality over quantity. But at this point in time, I'm not sure if anybody actually believes them. Because if you're still talking about doing 2 or 3 movies a year, still talking about 2 or 3 TV series, are we really cutting back all that much? The big problem that we've seen with Disney, not only are not as many fans actually coming to the theater, but when it comes to these Marvel movies, the numbers are out of control for the budget. We just got a report about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that actually cost a shit ton, $300 million, way more than they actually told us in the beginning. And guess what? Almost every Marvel movie we've seen is similar to that. Captain Marvel 2. Right now, they think the budget was around $275 million. When the final results come in, they're forced to file the tax documents. That's going to go way up from there. But another movie that was heralded as a success by so many people for some reason was Multiverse of Madness. Despite the fact that that movie was horrifically bad, it did go on to make $950 million at the box office on what they claimed was a $200 million budget. And they found no reason to correct anybody on that budget. Well, now we finally have the actual numbers. And get this. Disney reveals Doctor Strange 2 cost more to make than Avengers 2. Upwards of $400 million is what Disney actually spent making Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. A lot of times they don't report the reshoots, they don't report the VFX, they don't do any of that shit, but they are forced to if you made your shit in the UK on tax documents. At some point, it might be 1 or 2 years down the road, but eventually you have to reveal it. And now we know how much it actually cost. Disney's revealed the cost of the 2022 superhero movie Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness surged to a staggering $414 million, making it one of the most expensive installments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even surpassing the team-up flick Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, when you factor in the tax benefits that they got, you're still talking about a net spend of over $350 million for Doctor Strange 2. Now, back when you told us it was a $200 million budget, you had a lot of these people lying for you. You had a lot of people in the mainstream media, the deadlines of the world, lying for you. When they told people that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, one of the most profitable movies of 2022, is what they claimed. But in reality, what were they using for production costs? Oh, that's right, $200 million. Well, in reality, you can bump that up another $150 million. And guess what? Because that's what these people do. That's what we see time and time again. We see the mainstream media covering for Disney. They also went ahead and ran with Disney paid themselves $180 million for the rights to stream something that they already had the rights to on Disney+. Weird, funny money taken from one pocket, putting it to another. What that really means is that when you combine that with an extra $150 million spent on production, they didn't make any money on this movie. In fact, they fucking lost money. If your net spend is $350 million plus $150 million for advertisements, that means you got $500 million in this thing. That is setting yourself up to need at least $1 billion to break even at the box office at a minimum. And they didn't get that. They got $950 million, which means Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, when you factor in all of these things, that you can throw away the number they say they paid themselves for the rights to stream it, this lost fucking money for Disney. Something that was heralded, remember, back in 2022. Remember some of these naysayers who said, oh, no, there's no way that Marvel could be in trouble. Look at Multiverse of Madness. It almost made $1 billion. Well, guess what? They spent so much fucking money on it that it doesn't matter that it almost made $1 billion. It didn't break even. It didn't make any money. This is where we are when it comes to Disney, when it comes to Marvel. All their secrets are coming out. They try to keep them covered up for 2 years before they quietly try to file the paperwork, but people are there to spot it. This is embarrassingly bad. Yet another one that you can mark off as a guaranteed flop for Disney.